I will take it further. Let me put it to you very clearly. The timeline of this took place between the mid-'60s and the mid-1980s. That's when we had, and I've just double-checked the figures today, 75% of all of the cases are post-pubescent. In other words, 80% of the victims were male, 100% of the victimizers were obviously male, namely the priest, and 75%, 3 out of every 4, were post-pubescent, meaning it was homosexuals. Well, when did the homosexuals come diving into the Catholic Church and take over many of the urban seminaries? In the 1970s. It was the liberals who kept suggesting that we drop our guard, we bring people in, we be more tolerant, we can't be homophobic and whatnot. And if you do have a problem with the guy, what you do is you give him therapy. Really, as a conservative, I would have thrown the book at him. So isn't it interesting? The liberals brought the gays into the church. The liberals told us the right remedy was therapy. And the liberals are now saying to the Catholic Church, why did you give them therapy?
we're talking to Bill Downer. So what you're saying here, and you know, there's so much said about this, you know, that, I mean, there's so many places I want to go, but you're saying that these boys who were molested were not little boys, they were post-pubescent boys, which leads you to believe that it's not pedophilia at work here, but rather homosexuality. Is that what you're saying?
Robert Bennett, Bill Bennett's brother, was in charge of the National Review Commission. And the data comes from the John Jay College of Criminal Justice, not exactly an arm of the Catholic Church. This is not a matter of Bill Donohue's opinion. What they found when they did the massive study of priests in this problem from 1950 to 2002 was that 81% of the victims were male and that 75% of them were post-pubescent. The word in the English language for that people is called homosexuality. As I have pointed out many times, homosexuality does not cause predatory behavior, and most gay priests are not molesters. However, most of the molesters have been gay. Let me give you a quick analogy. I'm Irish. Everybody who has any brains knows that my group, the Irish, have a problem when it comes to the drink, okay? How do we know that? Look at the rates of alcoholism. Does that mean that because the Irish are overrepresented amongst alcoholics, that therefore being Irish causes you to be an alcoholic? Nonsense. However, if I were interested in that question, would I ignore the fact that the Irish have a bigger alcoholic problem than, let's say, Jews and Italians? That would be irresponsible. We refuse to look at the elephant in the room, namely homosexuality and child abuse.